A girl who was destined to be the greatest princess in the world. Someone whom millions adored and placed on a pedestal. But did you know that the royal palace, which the world saw as a paradise, actually became a golden cage for this young woman? Love, betrayal, and a mysterious death. Today we will talk about Princess Diana, whose life was nothing short of a dramatic movie script. Diana Spencer's story began with an innocence that no one could have predicted would end so tragically. She was born into an aristocratic family, yet her childhood was deeply shadowed by her parents' painful divorce, which left her feeling somewhat isolated. She was a shy and quiet girl who possessed a profound love for children, eventually finding peace working as a simple nursery school teacher in London. Her life took a monumental turn when she met Prince Charles, the heir to the British throne, who was searching for a suitable bride. Diana's simplicity and her noble family background deeply impressed the royal family, and almost overnight, she became the primary focus of global attention. When Prince Charles proposed to Diana, it felt like a dream come true for a 20-year-old girl who fervently believed in true love. Their grand wedding in 1981 was watched live by hundreds of millions around the world and was widely hailed as the fairy tale of the century. However, behind the royal glamour and the massive celebration, a bitter reality was hidden that Diana was completely unaware of at the time. Soon after the wedding, she began to realize that she was not the only woman in her husband's heart, as she felt increasingly sidelined. The rigid rules of the palace and the constant suffocating pursuit by the media began to severely impact her mental peace and stability. Inside the cold walls of the palace, Diana felt increasingly lonely because she never received the warmth and affection she had so desperately hoped for. Prince Charles's long-standing relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles became a source of immense grief that shook the very foundations of her marriage. She often wept in solitude, and due to the intense psychological pressure, she developed a serious eating disorder known as bulimia, which she later spoke about. Other members of the royal family failed to understand her psychological agony and instead began to view her as a rebellious princess. Despite these internal struggles, she always kept a beautiful smile on her face in public so that no one could see her pain. When Diana realized she would not find love within the palace, she turned her entire focus toward humanitarian work, which became the ultimate turning point of her life. She began to speak out on issues that were considered taboo in society back then, such as the plight of patients suffering from AIDS and leprosy. She would visit these patients, hold their hands, and give them the comfort of knowing they were not alone, which skyrocketed her popularity. This compassionate approach was completely against traditional royal protocol, but the public adored her because she truly shared in their suffering. She truly emerged as the people's princess, whose charm worked equally on both the poor and the wealthy. The growing distance between Prince Charles and Diana eventually reached a point where maintaining their relationship became impossible, leading to their formal separation. In 1992, the news of their split shocked the world, as it signaled the end of what was once considered a perfect, legendary couple. During this period, Diana gave a bombshell interview in which she spoke openly about the dark corners of her life and her husband's infidelity. This interview caused significant damage to the reputation of the royal family and eventually led to their formal divorce in 1996. After the divorce, Diana was stripped of her Royal Highness title, but she appeared more independent and confident than ever before. After gaining her independence, Diana made it her life's mission to campaign against landmines, traveling to dangerous regions like Angola to raise global awareness. Images of her walking through active minefields wearing a protective vest went viral, forcing the international community to take notice of the deadly issue. She was very happy in this new chapter of her life, focusing all her energy on raising her two beloved sons, William and Harry. During this time, Dodi Al-Fayed, the son of a prominent businessman, entered her life, and their relationship became a constant fixture in the media headlines. Media photographers followed her every move, turning her private life into a public spectacle that she could never truly escape. The final night of August 1997 began at the Ritz Hotel in Paris, where Diana and Dodi enjoyed dinner before departing for their final destination. Paparazzi photographers on motorcycles chased their car relentlessly, desperate to capture a single high-value photograph of the couple. To escape the aggressive pursuit, Diana's driver increased the car's speed significantly, which ultimately led to the fatal and horrific crash. In a tunnel in Paris, their car lost control and slammed into a concrete pillar, resulting in the immediate death of both Dodi and the driver. Diana was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, where doctors fought valiantly to save her, but she unfortunately succumbed to her injuries. Wait a moment and listen. Was her death really an accident, or is there more to the mystery? Tell us in the comments if you want a deep dive, research-based, and 100% accurate investigation into the truth behind that tragic night. Your interest will decide our next big reveal. All right, now let's start our documentary. The news of Princess Diana's death spread like wildfire across the globe, and every eye was filled with tears because no one could believe she was gone. The streets of London were packed with mourners, and a literal mountain of flowers was placed outside Buckingham Palace as a tribute to her. Her funeral was watched by billions on television, and her brother delivered a powerful eulogy, describing her as someone who needed no royal title. Her death forced the royal family to finally respect the public's emotions and soften their traditionally rigid and cold approach. Even today, many years after her passing, the memory of her kindness remains as fresh as ever in the hearts of people. Whether Diana's death was merely a tragic accident or a deep-rooted conspiracy remains a subject of intense debate and speculation even to this day. Many books and documentaries have been produced, with some claiming her popularity and stance against the monarchy made her a target for the powerful. Official investigation reports, however, consistently attribute the crash to high speed and the driver's impairment during the chase. Whatever the truth may be, it is certain that a personality like Diana is born only once in a century, leaving a massive impact. She proved that true power does not lie in a crown, but in serving others and sharing the burdens of the suffering. Today, although she is no longer physically among us, her work and her iconic smile continue to inspire millions of people around the world. Her sons, William and Harry, carry on her legacy of charity and compassion, ensuring that the world never forgets the lessons she taught. She remains a symbol of grace, resilience, and the courage to stand up for oneself even in the most difficult of circumstances. As we look back at her life, we see a woman who fought for love in a world of protocols and found her purpose in helping others. Princess Diana will forever be remembered as a light that burned brightly, illuminating the lives of those who felt forgotten. If Princess Diana's life story moved you, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.